Hello and welcome to 14 Days. Today we're going to be taking a look at Chimera Squad. It's a spin-off from Xcom 2, as you may know, and it's not a brand new game, but first time we're looking at it here. This is one of the first missions. As you can see, it's easy difficulty, and what you will notice is anyone who's played XCOM 2 anyway is most of the sort of the menus and as you'll see in a minute, some of the dynamics of the game are directly from XCOM 2. Breach mode is new. It seems to be the main premise of the game. You can get different effects depending on where you go in, so you have to keep an eye on each entry point to see if it's a good move, if it gives you any penalties or bonuses to your characters. And you can pick as many of these as you want and then put as many agents on each one as you want. And then go
Stay behind me. Breach! Breach! Breach!
Again, the cut sequences would be very familiar to you if you played XCOM 2. This is the new feature. As part of the breach, your players effectively get a free shot on any enemies that happen to be in the vicinity when they come through the wall and the doors. They automatically take up cover. It could be half cover or full cover depending on the scenario. Another dynamic they use is turn-based actions for each individual, not for a side. So you don't get to pick from any of the players in your squad to go in any particular sequence. These guys, apart from a small bit of swapping around that you can do, they go in turn. So it has to be Cherub, as we can see now, making his move before we move on to the next one. These dynamics are the same as XCOM 2 as well, although the graphics are slightly different. You can select different enemies to see what percentage chance you've got of getting them.
How did that miss?
As you can see, when Cherub took his turn, then an alien was next. And next on the list is Godmother. He's going to try and take out the last android in this room. So, unlike with XCOM, you're not finished now, you're finished in this small room, and effectively you go straight back to Breach to move to the next area.
Sacred Coil stole specialized mech parts. The kind you can't easily replicate.
We know their plan, so let's chuck a wrench in it.
So, as you can see, bottom right corner, encounter 2 are free, so you've got 3 scenarios before we actually finish this one mission. So, repeat the process for the breach. You can see there are different bonuses assigned again. The green ones are always good.
Open sesame!
Soldiers do look particularly exposed when they come through, but the dynamic of putting them into cover after they shoot pretty much compensates for that. So a successful breach, 4 enemies taken down. This will obviously be taken into account when they create the difficulty of the game. There'll be more enemies or tougher ones that you can't take down with one shot as the game develops. one enemy left whose move it is very shortly. So once again, area complete. Move on to the third and final breach.
Sacred Coil is on the run. Don't lose them in the warehouse.
As you can see now, the options have turned red. Agent damage lightly. So effectively the cover and the scenario inside is not going to be as safe as the last ones when they go through. The one on the left, low visibility, enemies are harder to hit. There's a penalty that you can obviously avoid in this case. Pretty successful breach there. Enemies taken down. Still a few left around.
See
A
that
little
target?
bit defensive now. Putting up smoke screens. See, you can pan the camera. Again, exactly the same as Xcom 2. Just using those.
That was a warning shot.
The next one will hit.
So you can see the exit route there. In red because it's the enemy exit route. He's just taken that. He's effectively evacuated from the map the same way that our soldiers can do.
Headed worm needed. Again.
Purifier in action, well, not in action, but Purifier on the scene there. Waiting to see
There's no need for this.
his first operation of the weapon.
On the way.
Never stop moving.
One less hostile.
And that seems to be it. Flawless rating, even though the enemy escapes, and one of the purposes was to stop the enemy escaping. Not sure how realistic that is, because all they've got to do is run to the exit before you get a chance to take them out. It's done. Didn't pick up any injuries, so it's good. Well, that was the first main mission, Chimera Squad. I hope you got something out of today's video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and maybe subscribe.
If Sacred Coil went after mechs, they need soldiers. But for what army? They were underground until Mayor Nightingale's election drove them to the surface. Their hatred for her gave them motive. Find out if Sacred Coil had the means to carry out an assassination.